Parkland High School, but also other schools in the country, where the kids are starting to complain right now because student surveillance has been ramped up, and now legal officials are paying closer attention to the students themselves as to what they may be bringing into school, if it's contraband like a knife or, God forbid, a gun or something else. We've heard about the clear backpacks down there in Parkland. Obviously, one of the students stood there at that rally over the weekend, held it up and said, "This is ridiculous. This is a violation of our rights." Really?
Well, Parkland, the Marjorie whatever school decided that, okay, as part of the measures to harden their school, if you will, or in a step in the realm of securing the school, the students are not allowed their own backpacks anymore. They have to have clear backpacks. And they knew that there was going to be some kind of a pushback with the students, that they wouldn't do it. So the school said, well, we'll pay for them and we will provide them. And in the meantime, they also have to wear name tags.
Right.
And, of course, many of these students...
Let me just pause it right here and remind everybody of the old cliche, be careful what you ask for, you just may get it. In this instance, the students wanted surveillance, they wanted protection, and they don't like what they got. They don't like it one little bit. Let me also remind you that the same thing holds true for banning all guns. If you ask for that, you just may not like what you get when that happens. Because let me remind you what Sarah Brady said. Now that's the wife of the guy that got shot with Ronald Reagan when he was president. Here's what Sarah Brady says, quote, "Our task of creating a socialist America can only succeed when those who would resist us have been totally disarmed." Now this was quoted from the National Educator, Volume 25, Number 8, January 1994. And there's others that have said this exact same thing. Their end game is total banning of all guns. They want to disarm everybody that would resist a socialist America. William Cooper referred to this in his book, Behold a Pale Horse, and dozens of others. Lynn Russell, the great CNN anchor years ago, has a blog. I would suggest you check her blog out. When you find it, scroll down to the Nancy Lanza article on it. So let's go back to the video, or the radio vlog, Captains America and Denise Simon.
They're saying, this is a violation of our rights. Well, you're the ones that was asking for, measures to make, the campuses safer.
That's right.
If you don't particularly like this decision, too bad. That's the way it is.
Are they going to give them a bucket of rocks, too?
Well, now there's an interesting thing, because a school in Pennsylvania, the Blue Mountain school system, whatever that is,
Yep.
has decided that they were going to bring a bucket of rocks into each of the classrooms. And they were going to
Oh, boy. Go ahead.
the students to throw rocks at an active shooter or anybody that comes into the class.
Got to get to the rocks first. Jeez. I guess they've never been... Well, let's put it this way. It's not nice being shot at. It really isn't. And when you get shot at, you have to dive for cover or try to get some type of cover. And trying to grab a rock and run across a classroom to go get it or wherever it's going to be is not a very smart idea.
Obviously the school system had some kind of discussion on this. I mean, that's the way it would work in order for them to even come to this option, and then to say we got to go get buckets and we got to go get rocks and then we got to go teach the kids. So it would go through the school superintendent, I would say through the PTA.
Wow.
There's probably an awful lot of moving parts in all of this, and if that is just one step in the direction that the school wants to go, maybe there are others. That's possible. I don't know of others. But yeah, I'm none too sure.
And by the way, remember the Paris shooting at the nightclub there when the shooter came in there and just literally lit the place up?
Yep.
The lead singer for the group called Eagles of Death, metal singer Jesse Hughes, is now calling the gun activist students awful face of treason, stating that if somebody in that Paris nightclub had a gun that night, they would have stopped this guy long before he killed all those people.
Gee.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
And I mean, they don't want to hear this. They don't want to hear the common sense of it. They've got this agenda, but their agenda is just not making it, because yesterday CNN came out with a poll after this protest and all this other stuff that showed Donald Trump at his highest approval rating since April of last year. A CNN poll.
Look, if you got a bad guy with a gun, who's the first person you call? You call a good guy with a gun, which is generally law enforcement.
Right.
Okay? I mean, so that's just the bottom line here. The whole thing is about politics.
Yeah.
And, it's very much a fundraising, free camera session with the Democrats. That's just where it is. It's the same thing with, Planned Parenthood, women's rights and to choose and blah, 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 blah. These are campaign platforms, as it is with the illegals and all the things that the Democrats are doing for the illegals, and the state of California is now allowing them to vote. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Illinois does too.
I think they just passed a
yeah. So here's what, I would be looking at the Voting Rights Division at the Department of Justice and saying, in this particular case, if that's what you guys need, if you think that you can have non-citizens voting in a U.S. election, then we will probably need to decertify your vote. I don't know.
Well, that's a great idea. You bring up a great point. They can decertify the election because they have illegals voting.
Oh.
Sure can.
Oh.
Yep. And nobody's talked about that. You just did, so you're first on the ball. All right, let's talk about whatever happened yesterday in Riyadh.
Okay, that's it on the Parkland aftermath. I always give the Florida weather report, usually at the beginning of the video. But I'm going to give it here this time at the end of it. It's a beautiful day, hot down here in Florida, 81 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, and being from northern Illinois originally, I know it's not that nice like that up there near Chicago. So no rain in the forecast. So that's your weather report, and the Eagle is out for now, but I am certainly not down and out. We'll talk at you later, or we'll video at you later. Everybody check out this video. It's a great one. Thank you.